Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I thought it would be fun to go over all the planners that I have used over the last year. Kind of go over like what I started with and what I am working in right now and whether or not that's changed a lot. FYI, it has. So let's get into it. I have lots of planners stacked around me. I got my Lucas Verdus candle going. It smells delicious. So I started the year in several things. One was my Erin Condren A5 rings, and this is not how it looked when I had it going at the first of the year. I had this decorated and then I had inserts. These are not the same inserts that I had at the time, but I had HB90 gold planning inserts and a health planner inserts in here. And I used those relatively fine the first quarter. Second quarter, I didn't use them as much. Third quarter, I didn't use them at all. And then now that we're in the fourth quarter, I'm not using them. I just didn't think I was getting any value from them, so I stopped using them. So that was what was in my A5 rings at the time. I also purchased, not this. At the beginning of the year, I also purchased this 8x11 Erin Condren weekly and hourly weekly, and this Erin Condren 7x9 weekly. And as you can see, sorry, I did not use this at all. I did not use the pages at all. So this has been untouched the entire year. I haven't used it, but I felt like I couldn't sell it because I had got my name done on this. So I didn't think I could sell it. So I have this planner that no one used. I might eventually use it, I guess. I loved the cover to it. I'm not sure at what point I realized that this wasn't gonna work for me, to the fact that I didn't use it at all, but this didn't work. This one I used for, I went ahead and filled out all of the birthdays and anniversaries. I even went through and put them on the months, but I only used the last week in December and the first week in January, and it's everything else is blank. Again, I realized that this wasn't gonna work, or honestly, I think what I wanted to use this for was it practical, like time-wise. Like I didn't have time to do this. I wanted to map out stuff, like my schedule and stuff, and what I would do in each block time, and I just don't have the time to do that. So I did not use that. I also used this notebook, and I used it as a meal tracker of what I ate and how I felt, and like journaled a little bit. I used it for a little bit, but I didn't use very much of it, so I still have all this space that I can use on it. And then at the end of, I was using a daily duo. This is the January to June. I used it a little bit in March, and so I'm like, I think I'll use this going forward. So I bought July to December and used it promptly for 1 week and then didn't use it anymore. So I still have the other half. So this is January to June. And every time I pick this up, I'm just like, I love the paper. And the format worked for me for so long, but I don't know. So I have these 2 daily duos that I didn't use. And then I picked up the cousin last year, and this was hard. This was, I used this for 3 months, I believe. So this was January, and it's just very messy, but I used it for 3 months, I think. Yeah, I stopped using it. I even did this spread, but I didn't use it. And then I used the dailies too. So that worked well for a while, but I think it came down to not really loving the paper, maybe? I don't know. Because feeling it now, it feels cool. I ended up selling the other half of this Avec. Yeah, I even made it really pretty. I have my book cover on here. And then I have, you know, like a vision board, how like I want my stories to feel. And I really like the idea of having, you know, the monthly, the weekly, and dailies all together, like having a life book. This is what this is called, is a life book. And I like that idea. But for some reason, I did not like this paper. And I have a notebook with a Tomorrow paper that I bought from Hobonichi. It's a Hobonichi notebook. And I don't like it either. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't know. So then in the middle, oh, I guess the one thing I've stuck to the entire year is these Erin Condren notebooks. This isn't the one I had at the beginning of the year because I started this one in July, but I filled up the first one and I'm about to fill up this one. And so this is the only thing that has stuck all year. And I use it to journal, just like brain dump random thoughts down. I don't use it every day, which is why it takes me a little bit to get it, to use it. But this is the only planner I think that I have used the entire year. And so I will probably have 2.5 of these filled out by the end of this year, since it is now October. I should have the rest of these pages filled out within the next 2 weeks, I would say. And I will be picking another one of these notebooks out of my stash to use. So that has stuck. And then you all know that I have my Take Note here. I purchased this in April and I have been using it since April. There is 1, possibly 2 weeks that I didn't really use. But other than that, I am using the weekly part, the weekly daily part. I have not figured out what to use the months for. I just haven't. This month I've gone back to just putting dates and stuff that I need to remember, but I haven't. So I've steadily been using this and will continue using it for the rest of the year. At the beginning, at July, Erin Condren had their big launch and some other planners launched and stuff. And I found a review of this planner because I had a pen and pillar. I saw a review from Amanda Amanda's Favorites, I think. And this was a different planner because I don't think I've ever showed this planner. But you have like a monthly overview and you have habit trackers for the entire month. And then your weekly is like a weekly dashboard, and then you have your weekly checklist over here, and that's kind of how it's set up. I was really intrigued with this, but I used it 2 weeks. I set up 2 weeks, but I didn't finish. Like, I didn't start it. I don't think I got it until after July started, and so I didn't use it very much. The paper feels nice and everything, and I absolutely love this cover. It's kind of like a soft cover. It almost feels, I don't know how to describe it. Velvety, maybe. It's very smooth paper. But I fell in love with this cover, and then I had this Erin Condren folio thing. I don't know what they're called. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it matches so well. I'm gonna put it in here and it's gonna be beautiful. And then I didn't use it, I think mainly because it's I don't know why I didn't use it. I didn't use it, but I bought it. I actually bought 2 planners, this size and a smaller one, and I gave the smaller one away, or I sold it. But I still have this one because I really thought I might use it, and I just haven't picked it up. I haven't wanted to pick it up, so haven't used that. And then I also, from the Erin Condren launch, I think I bought this folio agenda at the launch this year in July, but I picked up a compact vertical from Erin Condren, and I have been using this since July, so it's now October, which my October is in a different binder, but I've been using this as my win calendar. So I've been writing just like one thing that is a good thing or some kind of win on the monthly, and then in the weekly section I started out as tarot and like journaling, and now I'm just strictly journaling in it, I think, just about the win. So that is what I have right now that I've been using, and I'm not sure if I'll be using it into 2024, but it's working right now, and I like sitting down at night, every night, and writing down that win that happened that day. So that has been nice. And I think the last planner that I bought recently, I don't even know when I bought it, but this is the Daily Grind planner, and it's a discbound. This is the first discbound planner that I have purchased, and it is a monthly daily planner, 4 month. It's only 4 months. This is what the day looks like. It's like a bullet journal spread, but it's already filled out for you, so you don't have to actually do the spread. I think when I bought it, I knew I wasn't going to use it, because I did try to think of some way I could use it, but as soon as I got it and I looked at it more closely, I was like, no, it's not going to work. But I have been using it for, and that's probably spoilers, so I can't show you that, but I have been using it for writing. I've been using each day for a scene that I'm working on, and I just write random notes everywhere on the page. So I am using it, but not as a planner, and it's just been as a notes thing for my writing for book 2 that I'm working on. And so I've been using this for that, but I don't know. I love the cover, and it's a hardcover. I love the print and stuff on it, but I don't know if I could use a disc planner for my daily planner. But, you know, I started out as a coil person, only coil. Actually, I think I started out wire O. My planner had wire O, and then I used that. Like, I feel like before I knew so many planner companies existed, it was easier to stay in the same planner all year and use, because that wire O, I think I used it up until October or November that year that I purchased it. Like, I used it for a good 9 months, I think. And I hated that wire O binding. I hated it. I absolutely no, that's not the right word. I hated that wire O planner. But I liked the goal system that was in it. If I remember what that system was, I will link it in the description. I was saying that I started out in a wire O binding. I hated the binding, but I liked the system that I was using at the time, and it worked for me at the time. Then I found Erin Condren, and I moved into a coil, and so I used a horizontal for 6 months, I think. And then I moved to an hourly, and I used that until I moved into a daily duo, but it was all coil. And then I decided to try rings. So then I went to rings, and I was in rings for a while. And then I tried the Hobonichi, and I got this planner, and now like I like bound books. Like, I don't know. The like flow chart of like, I've tried everything so far, and I'm not sure. Like, I never thought I would be a rings person, and then I've used them quite often now and like them. And I never thought I would ever be a bound book person. But now I'm using that every day, and it's working for me. So, but anyway, I thought it would be fun to look at all the planners I've bought, the ones I've kind of used, the ones I didn't use. I will let you guys speculate on how much money I spent. I honestly do not know how much money I spent on all these planners. I tried to resell anything if I knew for sure I wasn't going to use it. But I did spend quite a bit of money last year for planners and this year, because I just feel like my planning hasn't gone well the last couple of years. I haven't found a good system, and I keep switching to find some way to be more productive, and the planners aren't really working. So that could potentially mean that it's me that's the problem and not the planners, but I'm going to not think that, and I'm gonna say that the planner is not working. But so I'm still like kind of working on like a planning system for me and what I like to use. I will be doing another one of those like flow chart things on like what I like and what I don't like and what I think I can use. And my plan for 2024, I've already bought some planners for 2024 because there's been pre-orders that you've had to buy them in advance if you wanted to snag one, like the Take a Note. Whether or not I actually use Take a Note for next year, I already bought the planner. It's already shipping to me because they had a pre-order, so that I could snag the English version for sure and not have the Taiwan version. But there's other planner companies that have done pre-orders, and I have ordered because of those pre-orders. And it's just October right now, and it seems really odd that I'm already thinking about my planners for 2024 when I haven't finished 2023 yet, and we're not even that close. We still have like a whole quarter left of 2023. But let me know down in the comments if you think that the planner companies are coming out earlier and earlier each year, and what planners have you used or bought or purchased that you never use. No shade, because you've seen all the ones I've purchased. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.